How old were you when the 5th generation Toyota 4Runner came out? I don't know, some of you were probably still crawling on the floor, so don't answer that. This is the 6th generation Toyota 4Runner. Look, I am a 5th generation owner. There's a lot to love about that vehicle. There's certainly a lot to complain about too. That has been around for the last 15 years as Toyota has added bits and pieces to it over those years. We now have something that is pretty much completely all new. And we're going to talk about it. I'm very excited to be talking about this, and I don't know why I'm still blabbing, so let's get into it.
The TNGA-F global platform underpins the 4Runner. It is the same architecture that supports the Tundra, Tacoma, Sequoia, and Land Cruiser.
So we certainly love all of those vehicles, and this one I don't think would be much different. So on this though, we have some strengthened cross members. There is more aluminum in the body so that it is a little bit lighter. This is a solid platform. It's sort of proved itself. I see no reason why anybody should think any differently in this application.
The 6th generation 4Runner comes to us in the form of 9 trim levels. Wow.
All right, so 9 trim levels is a lot. I'm gonna see if I can remember them right now. There's the SR5, there's the TRD Sport, the Sport Premium, there's the TRD Off-Road, the Off-Road Premium, there's the Limited, there's the Platinum, there's the Trail Hunter, and there's the TRD Pro. Oh, damn it!
And it's not just in the trim level department where you're going to have decisions to make.
So with this 2025, people are now going to have 2 powertrain options. Listen, I think that's fantastic. I think that, listen, I love my truck. I love that 4-liter V6, which some of my friends have called a boat anchor. But in this day and age, I think it's really great that you actually have the ability to decide what you want.
Now you'll get the option of the iForce engine. It's a 2.4-liter turbocharged double overhead cam fuel-injected engine, or the iForce Max, which adds an electric motor to that 4-cylinder, giving you a generous 326 horses and a whopping 465 pound-feet of torque.
Oh, so this is the iForce Max. This thing is so torquey. I mean, it's just kind of going up this with no problem. I can see right here too from the camera, which this is a little bit of a blind exit. No problem. That's super easy. Which way do we go now? I don't know. Do we go up here?
Yeah, that looks fun.
I think we go up another one. Ooh, let's see.
Honestly, this looks really
This
fun.
one? I don't know if we're allowed to go up this, but here we are. Again, so torquey with this iForce Max. Oh, you guys don't really need any more than this. I mean, it's crazy. Oh, look, this one we have a little bit more speed, I think. So this is the same engine that is in the Land Cruiser, and if you guys watched my video, you'll know that I absolutely loved that engine in that application. Like, I had no problem with its power. I thought the delivery on it is so smooth, and I feel exactly the same way here with the 4Runner. Oof. So we are now in the Trail Hunter, which is more of the overlanding version of the 4Runner. And this is going to be more for your kind of long haul rock crawling, maybe slower speeds than the TRD Pro. So, they always kind of make you go into 4 low here, which makes it easier on the transmission. Now, speaking of transmissions, Toyota has ditched that 5-speed that was around forever. And they're now mating both the iForce and iForce Max engines to an 8-speed automatic transmission. For me, driving off-road, this is kind of the perfect number of gears. I think too many, and you're just, it gets really confused very easily, but 8 seems to hit the sweet spot for me. And so far, so good. I think this transmission is really working nicely in both applications of iForce and iForce Max.
Not all 4Runners are 4-wheel drive. You can get the base SR5, Sport, Sport Premium, and Limiteds as 2-wheel drive models only. You can opt for 4-wheel drive on those, and the Off-Road and Off-Road Premium only come as 4-wheel drive trucks. All of those trims come with the iForce engine standard, but you can upgrade on the Off-Road, Off-Road Premium, and Limited to the iForce Max engine. If you're springing for the Platinum, TRD Pro, or Trail Hunter, those will only come with the hybrid engine.
This 4Runner is also turning way more into a truck when it comes to how you get to customize it than it ever has been before. This is a traditionally 5-passenger vehicle, but on the iForce Max, SR5, and limited trims, you do have the option for a third row, but only on those 2 trims. So it's a limited option.
Just a quick note on that optional third row. Please make sure, for the sake of all of your normal-sized friends, that if you do put them back here, it is a quick trip. I really like the way that the seats deploy and then hide away. It's a very cool setup, but there's not a whole lot of room back here. Fuel economy was never something to crow about, but things are looking up a bit. With that iForce engine on 2-wheel drive models, it looks okay, but it's not ideal still. Throw 4-wheel drive into that mix and you are in the teens. Truth be told, that's not much better than my 2013 gets, which is about 16.6 combined.
So when it comes to this iForce Max, you're looking at 23 miles in the city, 24 in the highway. That's going to get you a combined 23 miles to the gallon. Yeah, it's greatly improved. I think your real world numbers are going to be probably a little bit different, maybe a little bit lower, but you guys, compared to what it was, we really have nothing to complain about in that department.
Suspension-wise, on all trucks, you're getting an independent double wishbone up front, multi-link with coils in the rear. There are different shocks on some of the more specialized off-road models, so take notes.
On the TRD Off-Road, you're going to get Bilstein shocks on that model. You're also going to get Toyota's Multi-Terrain Select, which, if I have it here and I'm clicking through drive modes, those are unavailable right now, but that is going to help you with different settings like throttle, braking, steering, for things like mud, snow, rocks, all of those different kinds of goodies. On this Trail Hunter, you are going to get 2.5-inch monotube Old Man Emu shocks. I've actually put those shocks, Old Man Emus, on an off-road rig that I had, and I absolutely loved them. I loved how they performed. They're really lovely and durable out here when you're kind of doing this kind of stuff. So you have no complaints from me there. The other thing that's really terrific about this Trail Hunter is the roof weight that you have. Dynamic, you're looking at 160 pounds, static over 600 pounds, which is, I mean, greatly improved over the last generation. So if you have a rooftop tent or stuff that you want to put on the top, you're not going to have any problems doing that. So on the TRD Pro, you're going to get these Fox, they're 2.5-inch Fox internal bypass shocks. On the rears, you're getting this reservoir here. They're manually adjustable, so you've got this right here, so you can set these to whatever it is you want. So this is the rear, this is the front. Guys, these aren't delicate little things, so if you're wondering why the TRD Pro and the Trail Hunter both weigh, I don't know, a couple 100 pounds more, that's because of these suckers. But man, I'm normally a Bilstein girl, but these things rule. I love how the shocks feel here. And of course, when you want to take it jumping, you can take it jumping.
Go, 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 go.
And yes, we did jump it. It wasn't a massive one and the shocks didn't get to full compression. Jumping feels absolutely effortless and comfortable, with nary a rattle upon landing.
Yeah. So that was absolutely perfect. And it actually felt great. Yeah.
So yes, jumping is great and fun, but it's not the only kind of off-roading that the TRD Pro is good at.
This feels just like a really solidly well put together SUV. Woo! Oh my gosh. You're gonna have fun, you guys. This is so fun. Lose the back end a little bit.
This thing's no joke.
Yeah, this thing rips, you guys. This is rad. This is gonna make a lot of you guys really happy. So we do have a stabilizer bar disconnect here. What that is going to help you do when you're out here, especially doing rock crawling stuff, is you're going to have just more articulation in the truck. And honestly, it's going to make it a lot more comfortable for the people who are inside, because you're not bobbing back and forth as much as you would be with it connected. So that's another really great feature. Again, just making this 4Runner so capable and so versatile.
We all know that we don't get to drive on dirt all the time, so let's see how this thing does on the road.
And a couple things just sort of jump into my mind right out of the gate. The first thing is the sound of this 4-cylinder, and that, yes, I'm in the base model. This is the iForce engine, does not have that hybrid on it. I'm not gonna lie, it's noisy. When you're on the highway and you're really putting your foot into the throttle, you hear the whirring of the turbo, which I think is actually a pretty cool sound. But you know, I think that the noise is probably something you'll get used to. Certainly on mine, I have gotten used to a sort of non-pleasing sound. The second thing that that I'm struck by is how much lighter this truck feels than the one that I drive, than my 5th gen. I don't know what the exact curb weight is difference between mine and this one, but everything does feel like very modern. Overall, I think the ride is really comfortable. I'm really liking the way that the suspension is tuned on this base SR5. It feels like a solid vehicle when you're driving it. So yeah, right out of the gate, I have positive things to say for sure.
When you get into the more off-road focused variants on the street with knobby tires, you are going to start hearing and feeling the road underneath you way more. As expected, the 4Runner didn't feel as composed as with those standard tires, and that more trucky feeling returns. Also, and I'm saying this with full knowledge that these are pre-production models that I drove, there was definitely hood shake happening at speed. Listen, I get that on my 5th gen too, for whatever that's worth.
Just a first impression of how these things feel, the switchgear, this stuff. This is a little bit plasticky to me. I mean, I feel like these are kind of very flimsy. Also, this stuff, like industrial looking screws on here, all of this is plastic. So this to me is almost tantamount to like fake beadlock wheels. I mean, I think it's fine for a little bit of character, but it definitely feels on the inexpensive side when it comes to the interior. I'm fine with the smaller screen. This doesn't bother me at all, but maybe some of these other items here feel like they might not last as long as they should.
You do get a 14-inch monster screen in the TRD Sport Premium and above. It's huge, the graphics are good, the processor operates quickly. You also, of course, get things like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as wireless charging on some trim levels. Bring your new USB-C cords, because that's what you're getting. This is, for all intents and purposes, the same interior that the Tacoma gets, and I'm not that impressed. Again, I hate to keep referencing my truck, but you guys, it's a base SR5 trim from 2013, and the plastics in that feel more substantive and less hollow. It just looks like it's not as inexpensive. Yeah, this is a utilitarian vehicle, but I'd rather see some better materials in the interior, especially now for the cash you're going to be laying out. We'll talk about that in a second.
Anybody says anything about my hair in this video, I might throttle you. But here we are inside, finally a little bit out of the wind. And when it comes to space in here, even though you have a shorter wheelbase than the Tacoma, it's still plenty of room and really comfortable. This is the TRD Pro, and normally they kind of go extra with the red and the accents and the bit. This is fairly subdued to me for a TRD Pro, and I love it. I'm here for this one. Tons of leg room, plenty of headroom for me, but we're gonna move into the back seat and just see and make sure we still have enough room in here. There's a nice handle position right here. Oh, the recline is really great on this. This is actually, that door is gonna shut because it's so windy. The recline is really great. You can put your feet under here. I certainly have plenty of room, and this middle seat is a little bit less comfortable. But wow, you got cup holders, you've got vents, you've got all kinds of stuff and ways to connect, so that's really good. Okay, this is one area where I'm gonna give like a big maybe thumbs down, is you do not have a completely flat and level floor here. That's kind of a bummer. previous gen, mine does. So I could, without a platform, without anything, I could just sleep in this. Not so much with this one. And that's a little bit of a bummer. All right, go aftermarket people. Oh!
On all trims, you get smart key and push button start, so that's nice. You also get to use a digital key that will allow other people to drive your car. Crazy, but okay. And yeah, you can upgrade to a mini speakered JBL system. One of them is even portable. When it comes to the 2 new trims, you're all so clever that I'm sure you can divine that the Platinum is the fanciest one that you can get with all the amenities and nice things like leather trimmed seats, heated second row seats, a head-up display, and auto-sensing rain wipers. But also you get some nice badging and exterior styling stuff. The Trail Hunter, just like the Tacomas, is again one to take you overlanding. That's getting you a maximum 10 inches of ground clearance over the 9 inches that the off-road and off-road premium trims get. You'll also get 18-inch bronze wheels that I love, 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 love. The Trail Hunter is also the heaviest of all 4Runners.
So you are able to get a power lift gate now these days, which is really terrific. Although I actually am fine with mine because that always feels like a workout. But you also have the glass back here that's going to wind down, that's going to automatically go up and down. So they're never going to go away from this, as they say. One thing that I do want to point out on the iForce Max is in order to kind of accommodate that hybrid, you do have a little bit of a lifted platform right here, but you do have some storage right here. Might be a good place for some recovery gear, maybe a tow strap.
The thing where I see this being more problematic is when you have aftermarket people coming in and wanting to build drawers, storage. I'm not sure that this is going to make people all that happy. So of course, aftermarket people are going to figure out how to get around this, but I see this as being potentially an issue for customers too.
When it comes to how this thing looks, I mean, listen, we all know what the general body style and the profile of this vehicle looks like. And I love the fact that they didn't really move too far away from that. You can still see so much of what the 4Runner used to be. This is the TRD Pro, and I love the fender flares here. I might want them to be body colored, but you know, I don't get everything that I want. I think it looks pretty badass. And also, I mean, for me, the front end is really where I think we've kind of, our tastes and our styling desires have diverged a little bit over the years. This one to me feels a little bit even more sedate than the end of the 5th generation iterations of this vehicle. Obviously you get the hood scoop, lots of air, rigid lights on this one. On the Trail Hunter, you get the snorkel, which is super cool. Overall, you guys, it still looks 4Runner-y enough, but it just looks like it's coming to the modern age.
Pricing starts on the SR5 2-wheel drive models at $42,220. Okay, that's close to starting price of the 2024. I get it. Get the least expensive iForce Max, which is the off-road, and you're looking at $53,440. Okay, it's a little steeper. Talking about the TRD Pro and the Trail Hunter, both of those start around $68,000, $69,000. That is so close to $70,000. They can smell it. You guys, this is $10,000 more than the 2024 TRD Pro model. That is a lot of extra money. And I think when you're also looking at prices for the GX, prices for the Land Cruiser, there's a lot of parity there. And I think there have been a lot of questions as to why the 4Runner is so expensive.
The 4Runner iForce is on sale right now. The iForce Max is going to go on sale. Gosh, by the time this video comes out and you watch it, it might already be on sale, so it's coming soon. If you're ready to buy one, click on the link above. Kelley Blue Book can help you find a fair purchase price on one. Let's hope there are no dealer markups.
When it comes to competitors, in my opinion, there aren't many, as this is a true body-on-frame SUV, and there aren't many left like it that are so capable if you want them to be. The Ford Bronco and Jeep Wrangler could be on your list. I'd even say the Jeep Grand Cherokee. For fun, I'll throw out the Subaru Outback and the Honda Passport. I don't know, what else you guys got? Write it up in the comments.
If history has anything to say, we will be talking about this 6th generation Toyota 4Runner up until 2030. It's a long time from now. But if they've made this thing as sturdy as they did the 5th generation, well, that's fine by me because that just means more fun and more adventure. For me, at first blush right now, you guys, I think they nailed it. I think it's sturdy. I think it's a lot of fun. This is still going to be the super capable vehicle that we've all come to know and love. I am certainly more excited to spend more time in it, to see what else it can do and what it's capable of, even if that means over the years we all get a lot more gray hair. Subscribe to the Kelley Blue Book YouTube channel. Stay tuned for all of it. And make fun noises while you're at it.